The duel between Andrew Jackson and Charles Dickinson is an interesting story of history. Andrew Jackson, who would later become a famous general in the War of 1812 and President of the United States, was involved in a number of duels in his lifetime. He was known to be a hard-fighting and petulant man by nature, and he was quick to respond to any slight on his character. Jackson and Dickinson were rival horse breeders, and in 1806 Dickinson accused Jackson of reneging on a wager with his father-in-law. To add fuel to the fire, Dickinson also made disparaging public remarks about Jackson's beloved wife Rachel. So the date for the duel was set. Dickinson was confident that he would prevail since he was reputedly the best shot in Tennessee. They stood 24 feet apart. Dickinson raised his pistol, took aim, and fired. The bullet hit Jackson in the chest just an inch above his heart. Jackson staggered as his shirt and jacket began to soak with blood. He raised his own pistol and took aim. It was a misfire. Dickinson reportedly tried to flee the scene at that point, but was brought back to his mark, 24 feet from Jackson. Jackson drew the hammer back, took aim, and pulled the trigger again, deliberately aiming for Dickinson's groin. The shot proved true and fatal. Dickinson lay in agony and died from his wound as Jackson stood over him and watched him expire. Jackson's hatred for Dickinson was so great that while he stood there, he concealed from Dickinson the fact that his bullet had hit the mark. A final snub to rob Dickinson of the satisfaction of knowing that he'd shot him. Jackson then staggered from the scene until he was out of view and collapsed to the ground, unconscious. He nearly died from this duel and carried that bullet in his chest for the rest of his life as doctors were unable to remove an object located so close to his heart.